All right. Good evening, folks. Looks like we are up and running. I see Red Dragon first in chat. What's up, Red Dragon? Let me jump over to our windowed gaming stream layout, and we will go ahead and get started. There we go. Let me see. I might be able to resize that a little. I guess it's fine. You can see the top of the toolbar because I have it windowed, but that's all right. I don't think it'd be too distracting. All right, so what are we doing today? We are jumping back into another round of Nova Drift. Picking up where we left off last time, I want to continue to play around at different builds and experiment with the different combinations of power-ups and stuff. This is the third time I've streamed this one, and I'm still enjoying the game quite a bit. I feel like I'm still learning a lot. There's a lot I haven't really figured out. If we take a look at the scores, I still have not beaten my all-time highest score, which was a railgun assault build. You can see that over here. Second place was also a railgun build. Third place was a dart build. And grenades down here to distant fifth. I kind of want to start trying to dial in this grenade build because it's very powerful. I just haven't managed to get super far with it. So I think I'm going to start there, and then maybe we'll rotate every time I die. I'll switch to a different style or build, and we'll kind of keep things fresh as we go. And for those that are tuning into chat, Red Dragon, I think you picked this up, right? How far have you gotten so far? I was messing around with the additional difficulty toggle on the special mods for the game mode, and it does make things pretty decently difficult. I think we'll leave that off for now and see how much we can try and push forward and beat our old score. Red Dragon says, yeah, I did. I haven't jumped on it much lately. I see. Well, there's no signs of the next upgrades from the dev. The dev on this one is taking a pretty methodical approach and making sure a lot of the stuff is sort of ironed out, and I think they're bigger updates. So we'll see when the next update comes out. I may switch back after this week. I do want to get back to Vampire Survivors, since there's some new stuff in that I haven't checked out yet. Okay, I've been messing around with Reflect a little bit. I do like Temporal a lot, but we'll go Reflect. Oh. All right. To recap what we looked at last time, since I did demo this build a little bit, I'm going to go for a mass projectile build with higher rate of speed, burst fire, and targeting. The point is to get a whole bunch of explosive projectiles out on the field at once, just mob everything in sight. And so the name of the game will be Building Towards Offense. So I've yet to find a different body type that really works for this. So we're going to re-roll for Assault. And let's see. Blast Radius is going to be key, but I think I'm going to go Velocity first. Faster projectile speed, since I don't get too many of them to start. will be helpful. Plus we can get Snipe. Snipe will give us more damage the further our projectiles fly across the screen. Magnitude, that's also going to be pretty useful. I'm going to go rapid fire first. Just get fire rate up. The wild mod double tap also seems to work pretty well for this. Until we get burst fire and or targeting, still have to be really kind of specific with making sure the projectiles are flying at something. You're not just wasting them since the cooldown's a little bit higher for now. Hey, Iconic's here. Iconic says, got a shower, so I'll be back afterwards, but hi. What's up, Iconic? How are you doing this evening? We are Nova drifting. Well, feel free to shower and come hang out. Alright, we'll go burst fire here. I'm going to pick up Calibrate a little early since I don't have really a rapid fire option. And there'll be a bit of cooldown in between volleys. Right away, just having the burst fire on the grenade gets us 3 fairly closely clustered projectiles. So things that are larger or in a line will get flattened pretty good by a volley. Okay, 4 upgrades. Ooh, double tap. And we'll get Evolutionary Niche. I think that's going to take priority over double tap. Oh, it's a good selection. I'm going to go targeting. And we'll go efficiency. There's double tap again. We're getting a good pool here. There's a lot of things I could potentially pick up, but we'll take firing speed first. We're going to start gunning towards charge shot too. Okay, let's see. 2. Homing strike. Skirmish. Skirmish or shield? I'm going to go shield. I'll go for some defense a little earlier on. Yeah, boss time. not quite enough. I'd be able to do it if I had charge shot. There you go. No, what? Hammerheads? Alright, Incendiary Strike. Overall good. Damage hike will be good on this particular loadout. I've yet to see a weapon this isn't a really good pick for. So grab that. Let's see. Hull strength up. I'm going to go skirmish. They're on the shield. Okay, now get blast radius. Give us more of a range on our explosions. Just realized, I think I forgot to unmute the music. Yep. There we go. Maybe at some point I'll start putting in my own music in the background. But for now, put the music on so it's not dead silence while I'm playing. Oh boy, don't be in front of that. That's a small version of Bulwark. Alright. Oh good, convergence. Okay, that'll work. We'll go magnitude, payload, gun towards charge shot. Take those out. Hey, Toothpaste Addict is here. Toothpaste Addict says, "Hello, is this like asteroids on drugs? Kind of similar premise in that it's a top-down shoot 'em up. Nova Drift mixes in some sort of roguelite mechanics with the randomized mod pool. I'm playing on one that adds these blue ones, which are sort of like special power-ups that randomize every time you play. And so each time you go through a run, you have different things that'll populate the list and kind of choose your options for how you build. So think Asteroids plus a game where you get like randomized upgrades and you work on different combinations of builds, weapon combinations, power-up combinations. But yeah, interesting premise. This was recommended to me because I play Vampire Survivors, and I think this one was out in development first. But similar idea, wave-based. This is a little more of a bullet hell type game, especially as it gets more chaotic later on. But we're doing a grenade build. Oh boy. And that's a boss. Yeah, here. Toothpaste Addict says, it's a very cool concept. I'm a roguelike man. It sounds very appealing. Yeah, what's kind of neat, I can show this off when I restart, when I eventually die. But there are different mods you can turn on when you start a run that affect how the game sort of progresses. Most of them are difficulty based, but things like that randomized mod pool thing is something you can turn on and off. And it allows you to sort of tweak how you're going to play. But I like it because, you know, let's say I'm doing this grenade build, eventually die, trying to get the highest score possible at the moment. Since there's no real end to these waves, it's kind of infinite at the moment. But switching to a different build will give me an option to try and also get a high score. So I'll kind of show that off when we start over. And the waves are kind of, I think they're randomized to a point. They're not procedural. So you don't necessarily start with the same enemy waves each time you begin the game again. But I think there's specific break points in the waves where you're guaranteed to get a boss. And the bosses all follow in order. But the regular enemy waves don't. At least that's my understanding, having played through this pretty decent amount. Okay, let's see. We can grab... Ooh. Mastery. This one is pretty rare. Super mods also enter in the pool. Some of them have certain unlock concepts. Some are just rare. This one is +5 weapon damage, projectile velocity, projectile size, projectile spread. Pretty much everything. I don't think there's ever a reason why you wouldn't take Mastery when it shows up. One of these. Ow. This enemy's killed me a bunch, mostly by running me over. Get my shield back. Oh, that was a bigger one. Now let's see. Thrust, stabilization. I'll go stabilization. Snipe. Ow. Alex, get out of here. Toothpaste Addict asked, would you say you prefer 2D or 3D games? Good question. For me, that depends on the genre. I don't really have a preference. To me, it's really more how the game's presented. So this game is very old school, taking things from really old titles like Asteroids, or a little more recently Geometry Wars. But I think you could take a concept like this and you could make it 3D. So I don't really have a preference, but it kind of depends on the game. Alright, let's go Charge Shot. Slower rate of fire, but very, very powerful projectiles, especially with Calibrate on. This is Warbringer. Alright, we did not get rammed by the bosses. That thing is dangerous if you let it start firing with those big turrets on the front. Basically fills the entire screen with beams. Ooh. Toothpaste Addict says, yeah, I guess you're right. I'm a sucker for retro style games and often find that 2D games have better art. Yeah, to me, graphic complexity doesn't necessarily make the game. I know it's kind of a pretentious thing to think for some people, but to me, a game can have very simple and basic graphics, but as long as the core gameplay loop is interesting and engaging, it doesn't really matter what the graphics look like. I mentioned it a couple times already, but Vampire Survivors is a pretty good example of that. It's a simple retro pixel style game with a lot of assets that are kind of repurposed from a Castlevania fan game, but it's very fun. And the core gameplay is very interesting, so it doesn't have to look state-of-the-art. Okay, power reserves. 50% resistance to mobility, reducing effects from weaponry. That's pretty good. That means I shouldn't lose as much speed when I'm charging my weapon. Singularity. We'll just let that do our work for us. Toothpaste Addict says, oh, I'm not talking about graphics, I mean like character design, world design, etc. Yeah, I would say when it comes to character design, world design, stuff like that, for me, it doesn't need to be complex as long as the game core mechanics and loop are interesting. We'll go Terminate. We want Essence Sap for life leeching. Now, when it comes to game design, I'm also a pretty big sucker for retro style sprites. That's what made me get into sprite art. I really like the sort of pixel sprite design aesthetic. So I'll never not appreciate that when it comes to games. Here's a question for you, Toothpaste Addict. What is one of your favorite franchises or game titles that kind of reflects your tastes when it comes to style or presentation? If someone were to say, what's a game that you'd recommend when it comes to either gameplay or presentation? What's your go-to if people ask you? Oh wait, this is a Wave 100 boss. Seraph. This thing is tough. If I don't kill this thing fast, it's going to cause a lot of problems. I am not really doing a lot of damage to it. Oh. Really would have been good to have Essence sap before going into this. You have to do some hit and run. In addition to teleporting around, I think the ramming attacks are probably the most dangerous. Alright, got it. That boss has killed me so many times. Alright, Go regeneration. Flexive shields aren't bad. This is good for defense. We can go Rupture. Or we can go Discord. That's a fun one. Toothpaste Addict says, I'd say if you're fine with turn-based and card-based combat, definitely Slay the Spire. If you want something more traditional 2D platformer, Sonic Mania, and if you want lots of story, then Persona 5. That's a pretty good spread. I've heard of Slay the Spire, and obviously I've heard of Sonic and Persona. I don't know if it's at the top of my recommendation list, but as far as old school platformer, kind of retro style, depending on which version you get, one I always recommend to people who like those type of games or want to see a good entry in the franchise would be Cave Story. Cave Story is one of my all-time favorite games. Whether it's the original version or one of the remastered ones that have come out, I usually say if you want a good platformer Metroidvania game and you haven't tried Cave Story, that's a good one. 260 in score, not bad. Still got a ways to go to beat the all-time best. Toothpaste says, another great game is Death's Door. I've heard of Death's Door too. Oh, that's a good projectile spread there. Ow. Toothpaste says, I've heard about Cave Story. Maybe I'll give it a try. I highly recommend it. You can buy it on anything. You can get one of the remastered versions on Steam. It's got a really good soundtrack, really charming characters, and it's pretty decently difficult if you get the true ending. Oh, let's see. Toothpaste asks, have I played Celeste? It is on my list of games to play. I have not played it firsthand, but a friend of mine really liked it. That game gets pretty nutty with its challenging, and I think it's like the alternate level paths and whatnot. From what I've seen, yeah, Celeste is pretty interesting. Another roguelike-esque game I've thought about playing on here. I don't know, I haven't ruled it out, but another one of my favorites is Dead Cells. I have that on Switch. I'm kind of hesitant to start all the way over on this, on PC. Toothpaste is heading out. Alright, dude, thanks for stopping by and chatting. I'll catch you later in the next one. Have yourself a good evening and rest well. Alright. Now I need to sort of be a little careful what I choose. Strategic. Wave 116. Still doing alright. That's trouble. Two of these on the screen at once. Could be a problem, especially if I let them run me over. Swarming shots do a lot of damage. Oh boy. Last stand. When you die, a massive explosion levels your enemies. You're reborn with minus 70% maximum hull and shields, plus 100% total experience earned from orbs, so you start with a fraction of your health, but you basically get another life. I don't know if I want that. Rapid reconstruction. I'm going to be going for sap when it eventually shows up. In fact, if I can burn some rerolls. Aw, man, I knew that was going to happen. That run was going pretty well, too. New 4th place spot. Okay. Ninth place is blade build. I'm going to do that next. Let's go for a ninja build. Alright. So we'll go ahead and grab Blade. We're going to go Blade Engineer. Make sure I don't screw my build up in the beginning like I did last time. Shield. Temporal. maybe I'll mess around with some of these other ones, like Carrier is pretty fun for creating constructs. That'll be very different from what I've been doing the last couple rounds playing Nova Drift. But we want Engineer. Alright, what we got? Go generation. Get some offensive power-ups. Nah, volley's not really gonna help here. I wonder what you would get with that. Having a blast radius isn't a big deal. Projectile size down is kind of not great. Projectile spread up. I'm assuming that affects the little satellite things that the blades shoot out. But we're gonna go payload. So we can negate the projectile size. I'll give volley a try. Kind of curious. What's Fusillade? Let's see if this affects the projectiles that I get. Yep. I'm up to 5. Okay. That might actually be pretty useful. The pretty minor increase in projectile size, but more of a spread. I think that'll work for a ninja build. Now I'm really going to need to get the construction bonus one so I can rebuild my blades faster when they break. Okay. Oh, there's elegant construction. I really want that in velocity. Targeting tree should be helpful too. I think with volley and everything else, we could potentially have a bazillion projectiles on screen. Which would be good for the blade. Okay, there's targeting. Oh, evolutionary niche. I need to make sure I don't ignore this one. Grab that. So let's see. We have firing array. 15% total projectile damage and blast radius for central projectiles. Other projectiles receive adjustments to total projectile damage and blast radius, incrementally decreasing to 0% for your outermost projectiles. 30% projectile size for central projectiles. Other ones receive adjustments, so declining bonuses to the ancillary projectiles. Alright, what's focus fire? 40% total projectile spread. I might get both of these. Let's try this. Alright, it's good XP. Shield effect radius. That's good. Rapid fire. I'm gonna go charge shot. So I'm not gonna be rapid firing a whole lot. Yeah, I'm gonna go skirmish. Never to get to leech. Shielded constructs. Shield resistance for constructs. Shield effect power. Shield does not protect your hull. I think I'd rather get self-destruction for that. Yeah, I think we'll do that. The blades destroy those incoming projectiles. I hadn't noticed that before. That's pretty useful. Here's firing array. Or we can go straight to fusillade. Ah, we can try this. There it is. How many projectiles? We're up to 7. Wow, that's a lot. Pretty good DPS. If I had charge shot, even better. Alright, Incendiary Strike. Would terminate. Oh, there's Payload. Or Mastery. I'm gonna go Mastery. Follow my own advice. Ooh, that's trouble. I'm just dying extremely quickly with the enemies are using thermal lances like that. Nice. There's Essence Sap, finally. Okay, go Incendiary Strike for pure damage. Yeah, Konic's back. Conic says, Sour Gun, I return, how goes it? Pretty good. The last run, I got to 4th highest score, bumped some of my previous runs out. We are switching up to a ninja build. So I'm going for the Throwing Starlight Projectile Blade. And let's see, finally Homing Strike. We're going to see how well this goes. Basically, it fills the screen with a ton of spinning blade projectiles. And so far, it's going decently well. Oh boy, I'm about to die. Yeesh. Alright, that leech ability's putting in work now. So I have no passive recovery. I need to actively hit things in order to get life back. Okay, convergence. Payload. It's a lot of projectiles. Boss gonna get pulled in? Oh, it doesn't look like it. think I'm going to need to invest in some construction speed upgrades. I'm up to 9 total blades, and if I burn them all, it takes a while for them to rebuild and recharge. Uh-oh. Let's see, is there anything in here that can help? Doesn't look like it. Okay, that's going to be helpful. Splinter. No, I don't think I'm going to go for Splinter. In fact, I've never gone for Splinter. See, Iconic redeemed Hydrate. Will do. I have a cup here of Gafuel. Not sponsored. Alright, shield cooldown. Looks like I either need to invest in some construct durability, damage, or both. For this type of enemy, my blades seem to not last too long for it to get blown up. They do destroy the projectiles, which is nice. Iconic says it's over 100 here in Cali, so stay hydrated. Wow, that's pretty hot. I live on the West Coast too, and we're finally getting not winter weather. When I went out earlier today, my temperature thing said it was close to 70. But we've had really cold weather here, which makes me think maybe we're going to have a late summer. Usually this time of year, because I live on an upper floor unit, it gets warm in my office where I work. So usually I have my portable air conditioner hooked up around now just because it tends to get warmer in general. Iconic says, yeah, California is whack. Yeah, I got family that lives in California. My brother lives in Northern Cal and Bay Area. I got some folks that live in Southern Cal near LA. We'll go regenerative shields for defense, I guess. Oh wow, that's really concentrated damage over time. Aw. Okay, not even in the top 10? That wasn't the best run. Kind of have to get a good mix of power-ups for a blade build. I don't know. Still trying to figure out an optimal setup for that. Let's go Dart. Actually, I said I was going to go minions and constructs. Let's do that. We'll do something completely different from what we've done so far. Constructs and mines. For that, we'll go Thermal Lance. I haven't used this one in a while. Go Reflect. And where is Architect? This one. Okay. Architect plus mines. Alright, let's see. Magnitude is useful. Velocity. Probably not right away. We can go ally. I want to do drones, mines, and allies. Priority 0. Killing enemies progresses assembly time for advanced constructs. Okay. Could take that. Need to get the mine unlocked. I'm going to go for loaded mines so we can have like a big flamethrower mine rotating on the field. That was a pretty fun build. Tactical Link. When you're near an advanced construct, you and that construct gain 8% hull damage resistance. That's interesting. Evasion. Your ally attempts to dodge enemy attacks. Basically, this is a quick dodge. I can take that. There's mines. Our little buddy up there will now attempt to dodge enemy projectiles. Okay, loaded mines. Evolution, 1.25% ally maximum hull, ally rate of fire, ally projectile. Okay, take that. Alright, so now we have this rotating wheel of death which is pretty fun. Basically helps cover the screen real estate for more damage. You can only have one out at a time, though. And if something runs into the central part, it detonates the mine. I essentially have to drop that right in the middle. That's pretty effective. I see. I need to be careful where I drop the mine. And give it time to spread out. Right. Pretty good. Let's see. Go evolutionary niche. Velocity, which I think affects the rate the projectiles spin. Guess we'll find out. Shield up. Retribution. When you take a hull hit, you automatically deploy a mine. That will cause my mines to immediately overwrite each other because I can only have one out. Go for drones. Was it projectile boost that gave me a 5-pointed star? Ow. Ah. That is a considerably more difficult build. There's a lot to manage. Okay. Oh, let's try another one. Let's see, we could try rockets. A salvo build? I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do this particular one. I can give it a try. Go temporal. This is the one that shoots a barrage of rockets that refill when you're not firing. And it always unloads your full clip. So we'll need to get rate of fire or number of projectiles to stack up the overall amount. I think it's projectiles is the number of rockets you restock, and projectile rate is how fast. So find out. This one, I think I'm gonna go assault again. We can go velocity, which means our swarmers will hit things faster. Hey, Sarlad's here. Sarlad said, can't stay. Hope you have fun playing Raku. Thanks for popping in, Sarlad. Always a pleasure to have you here doing your modly duties. Ooh, I'll grab Discord. It definitely seems like that fire rate increase shortened up the cooldown for weapon stacks. The missile reload rate, rather. Double tap should be good for this then. I'm lucky enough to get it to pop up in the list. Okay, now we'll grab velocity. We do want targeting. Burst fire. I might try that volley tree that I was messing around with in the blade build. Let's see if there's some good synergy for rockets. Oh, there's double tap. Go ahead and grab that. Homing strike. Shield boost. 2 levels? Alright, as soon as I get a break here. Let's see what we got. Convergence, snipe. Okay. We'll double tap again. Let's grab that. Ooh, evolutionary niche. Alright. We'll get convergence next time. So we can get some pot shots just firing straight into the middle. Oh boy, not if I hang out right there though. Ah! Tank my shields by bumping into the boss. That run could have gone better. We'll switch up again. We could do darts. It's my second highest score so far. These are the ones that shoot the little sharp projectiles that stick in and deliver damage over time. And for this one, we want to go assault again. It's weird that I almost never get assault in the first batch of options. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I take it all the time. Mini boss. No offensive power-ups in that round. And get some fire or a number of projectile bonuses here. Volley, double tap. I will go double tap. This will give us a start of burst fire. I do want to experiment with volley though. So we'll keep an eye out when it comes up in the list. There it is. Rapid fire. Right now, I'll try volley. Oh boy, it's a lot of concentrated firepower. Focus fire or firing array. I'm gonna go firing array, I think. I don't really need my projectiles spread out. It really uses targeting though. Now that I have that spread shot, being able for them to focus and home in on something has been pretty helpful in literally every build except for maybe the Heat Lance one. Cooldown. Okay, velocity is good. Give me some more offensive base power-ups, please. Sniper work. Yeah. Konik says, go, Raku, go. Need to get a good run in. Been experimenting all these different builds, but we haven't really gotten close to the top few and high scores. Need to fix that. Okay, there's targeting. Burst fire. That's good. More shots on the field. It's not doing damage super fast, though. That's pretty moderate. They burned the boss down decently fast. Oh boy, that's trouble. Okay, convergence. Or homing strike, then convergence. Skirmish. Well, focus fire is minus 40. I thought I read that as plus. So this will tighten up the spread. I'm going to go for straight damage. What wave are we on? Okay. Mastery. Take that. There's convergence. Now we have a pretty big spread of projectiles. 90 to gun for a charge shot. This is very similar to the railgun build that I've messed around with a couple times, but this one is, wow, not going to do as much raw damage because it's more damage over time. So it's a little bit more risky. Still decently potent. I kind of want to try this volley tree with the railgun, since, again, this is the first time I've really messed with it, and it seems pretty useful. Alright, now we go magnitude. Oh. Okay. Evolutionary niche. Still need payload, then charge shot. Not run into those. Calibrate. Okay, take that. Terminate. Wow, that really pushes you around. There we go, get out of here. avoid the front. Those shields that fire back, essentially. Ooh. Essence sap. That will be welcome. Active healing. Let's see, Iconic Redeemed Hydrate. Will do. Alright, we'll go Firing Array. Kind of curious to see what Fusillade looks like. Ow, ow. Ah. I should have popped out the other side of the screen. Man, we had a really good setup there. Alright. Let's go Railgun. Railgun plus volley. New experiment. Okay, go temporal. Assault. Rapid fire. Velocity. Okay, magnitude. Life. We go payload. And we're one away from charge shot. Still need targeting and the volley tree. Just charge shot. That was a lot of swarmers. Boy, my slow rate of fire is kind of hindering me here. So we really needs burst fire. Oh man, I'm gonna die. Alright, I'm gonna try that again. I don't think I picked my trees of power-ups too smartly there. The railgun build should have no trouble with offense. Okay, go temporal again. Pick up targeting earlier. Alright, we'll grab homing strike. Where's my shot speed at? Okay, might as well max out, go convergence. Try volley. Velocity. Whoa, okay, that's more of a spread. I think I want to take the focus fire tree in volley. I didn't think it would spread that much. Okay, there's rapid fire. That's not terrible, but I do need to be kind of close to things, otherwise the spread goes around them. Firing ray or focus fire. I want focus fire. Icona says, you doing great? That last run was pretty garbage. Ooh, burst fire, finally. We can do better. I'm experimenting a little bit with some other things like this volley tree. It's got potential. It's good for clearing the screen. If I need to hit something right in my face like a boss, I think the focus is going to be better. The homing does help. The bullets will sort of path towards things. In fact, I think it does a better job of homing when I'm shooting from further away. When I'm right next to stuff, the satellite projectiles go kind of out and around. Okay, snipe. Definitely seems like the homing does better when firing at a distance. We'll see. If I can get focus, it should give me basically a concentrated cone of high damage right in front of me, which is what I want. Let's see, regen. Incendiary strike should be higher damage against the boss. That was pretty effective. Like, that smoked that boss really quick. Wait, 45? Is it boss at 50? Is that what it was? Need to get that focus ability. Oh, there it is. Okay, that I think is going to work a little bit better. The spread is condensed a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll work. It means if I get in something's face, it'll do more concentrated damage. I think ultimately that'll work. Get out of here. Ooh, what's this? Barrage? Plus 25% projectiles, plus 1 projectile. Plus 10 base damage for weapons that hit. Weapon rapidly fires a barrage instead of burst fire or spread 1 projectile at a time. Projectiles have lateral divergence, which is affected by spread modifiers. Barrage modifies each projectile between -50% and 0% attributes. For triggered effects, barrage counts as firing once. While you're firing, 50% slower total shield cooldown and 15% total recovery rate. Okay. That's interesting. So, regen and shield cooldown is rapidly slowed while you're firing. You can give it a try. I've never gotten this one before. We can up our overall regeneration when we're not firing, though. And up health strength. So what did that do? Oh, is it full auto? It is definitely full auto. Interesting. I wonder what happens if we get charge shot. I wonder if it overrides that. Well, it definitely puts me in a weakened state, so there's that. Alright, last run with the railgun. I don't think that's necessarily that advantageous. Full auto's nice, but I think I'd rather go for a charge shot and just do a ton of damage. I think the verdict on that last run is the volley tree is good, but I need the focus fire thing in order for my stuff to not be too far spread out. Alright, yeah, rapid fire right off the bat. Gotta get these yellow ships off the screen. Okay, we'll take Evolutionary Niche. Get out of here. Okay. Projectile size. That is pretty noticeable. I want homing strike and convergence. Then maybe volley if it comes up. Oh boy. Check out my shields. Or can die. There's a problem with that assault ship body. It's very offensively based, but it's kind of a glass cannon. Shields go down quick, and its hull goes down pretty quick too. We will switch things up. I'll look at the weapon list. Okay. We've done grenade today. We've done railgun, thermal lance, rockets. We haven't done torrent. In fact, I don't even know if I've tried this one on stream at all. This is the one that creates sort of like these tentacle projectiles in front. It's very close range and kind of dissipates. I'm still trying to figure out a good way to play this weapon, so let's give it a try. As you can see, it's very front focused, and if you're stationary, it fans out, but if you're moving, it sort of folds in on itself because of the momentum. And I don't know if it's considered like a focused blast since it's more concentrated. I just know the spread is less when you're moving in a direction. For this one, actually, we'll go Halo. No, I forgot you take shield self-damage and Halo burns targets. We'll go Amp instead. Hey, Wazzy's here. Wazzy says more shield. More shield than none at all. How you doing, Wazzy? Welcome to the stream. We are Nova drifting everywhere. Shield. Blast radius. I don't know what this does, because this thing is not explosive. The weapon I'm using is not like a detonation explosive based thing. Non-explosive projectiles deal 15% damage as blast damage to other targets. I could try it. I think it's still overall damage. Hopefully. Made short work of the mini boss though. It looks like, again, it's very front focused and concentrated. As long as I'm not trying to snipe something from across the screen, I guess it's functional. Rapid fire is not going to really do anything. Magnitude and payload. Projectile size and speed, I think, are going to be key here. Yeah. It's already a bigger range than little tentacle things. Incandescence. I don't know if that counts as burn damage. That's kind of curious. Walty says, stressed, underselling myself, mostly done in animation. It's all in all well-rounded. Ah, yes. I'm constantly telling Wazzy not to undersell herself. She doesn't listen to me, though. And she gets mad when I try to sell for her. Although I will point out, I don't know if anybody else noticed, but we were at the magical follower number. I think that happened last stream, I just didn't notice, but we are at funny haha number for followers. So that's exciting. Oh boy, it is really easy to lose where my ship is at because of that projectile size. Ah, I didn't see what killed me. Ah, alright. I'm still not sold on Torrent. Iconic says, do the opposite of a diss track for Wazzy. Funny you mentioned that. That's all I'm going to say. Funny you mentioned that. Alright, let's do something else. Let's try Pulse. This is the one that creates a concussive blast around the ship so it doesn't shoot out. And I may have taken this once. Let's see if we can come up with a good build for this one. Oh boy. This one has a somewhat rapid rate of fire. If I just hold the button down, it just continuously explodes around. And it packs a decent punch, but I gotta be right up in something's face in order to do damage. Okay, shield, go temporal. Now this one, I finally got assault in the first round. I think assault is still the way to go for a shockwave build, because we'll find out. Targeting is not going to be useful, since I think maybe the little flak projectiles that pop off will home in, but we're going to want to go projectile size and speed. Since you can rapid fire and burst fire the shockwave. I calling that? Pulse. Pulse, rather. Those are going to be trouble. Until I get a bigger radius projectile. Those things are going to get right in my face if they explode. I think blast radius is my best bet. Payload and magnitude. Looks like it increases the size of the little shrapnel projectiles, but not the actual burst. That's good to know. Burst fire. There's blast radius. Improved thrusters. Sure. And since we got burst fire, now we get 3 concussive blasts at once. Evolutionary niche. Skirmish. Alright, what we got? Determinate. Pretty close to getting Essence Sap. That would be nice. That would have helped a whole bunch of the runs. I think I've gotten it once or maybe twice. Suckers. Oh. Yep. Wasted. It's possible going for blast radius earlier might be a better idea. Give that some thought. I'll look at what the weapon list looks like and maybe switch it up. It's worth mentioning I have tried Vortex. This one I don't really understand how to use. You create a big sort of moving projectile that kind of draws things in and does damage. And you can charge it. It starts with a charge ability right out the gates, but it does damage to you while you're charging it. And that kind of sucks. Let's go with flak. Shotgun build. This one I'm also trying to figure out a good combination of upgrades that work well. I definitely think rate of fire. Rate of fire and projectile size for this would be useful. And go assault body. Wazzy says, okay, gotta bounce. Alright, Wazzy, thanks for dropping in to say hi. I will talk to you later. Hope you have a good evening. I wonder if we just pull for double tap and try and go for a near full auto shotgun build. I don't think I've tried doing that yet with any other weapons. Guess we'll see how lucky I get. Oop. Ah, stupid asteroids. Let's see, targeting. I can't remember if I tried targeting. I guess we could see if it works. Snipe. Magnitude's definitely something we want. We'll go magnitude, payload, but we'll stop shy of charge shot for now. See if we can get more fire rate. Burst fire. Yeah, we'll do burst fire. Homing strike. Ooh, we can get Discord. Orbs of Discord. Alright, so far it seems like a pretty focused amount of offensive power. Oof. Boy, my allergies are acting up all of a sudden. Trying not to sneeze directly into the mic. I'll deafen you folks. Alright, let's see. Do I bail on the full auto option? or keep trying to roll for it. Well, let's see if we get lucky. Incendiary strike or volley. Iconic says, bless you. Well, I didn't actually sneeze, but I muted my mic for a second just in case I did. Problem is, my sneezes come on very fast, and I don't really have much time to do anything. Worst case scenario, I just try and have to duck out of my chair for a second if I can't catch it. We'll go incendiary. Efficiency. Skirmish. Ooh, mastery. There's double tap. Well, interesting. That does a lot of focus damage. Wow. Okay. That took that boss out really fast. Wow. Okay. See potential. Wow, that did enough damage that I could shoot that thing head on. Ow. Okay. I think we can work with this. Alright, what we got? Shields. Wait, there's convergence. I don't normally take Warpath. Gain a war stack whenever you defeat an enemy. Plus 0.75 total rate of fire and thrust for each stack. Up to plus 30. That's could be useful. Terminate. Alright, we have little, kind of lesser flak projectiles. They're shooting out from the convergence power-up. But I still think it's... yeah, they do damage. It's not a trivial amount of hits. I think that works. You also get damage from the little orbs of chaos floating around my ship too. All right, we got one double tap. I think I'm going to invest in Charge Shot. Get the sort of increased offensive power. And if I see double tap, I'll still grab it. Alright. That was a lot of damage. Definitely seems like there's a pretty good damage multiplier on the Charge Shot and Flak. Even at a distance where the weapon usually doesn't function as well. I'm using a Charge Blast. It seems like it will one-shot most things. Like so. Iconic says, got to go. Now, Raku, best of luck with the rest of your stream. Take care. Alright, Iconic. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out. It's always a pleasure to have you sitting here vibing with us. And I will catch you in the next stream. And have yourself a good evening. I'll be back again tomorrow, I believe, with a continuation of one of our previous playthroughs. And I won't be alone unless something changes. Oh, I will catch you in the next one. Ooh, sap. What I really need is calibrate. Spending a lot of time charging. Let's keep an eye out for that one. Niche. Let's see what else we got. Sucker. Get out of here. I think soaked a lot of damage. It's a lot of stuff on the screen. There we go. Yeesh. If it wasn't for Leech, I would have been dead. Or Sap, specifically. Quantum Decoherence. +5 levels, you lose all rerolls, can never gain more. Nah. Still doing good damage. Wave 90. Okay, getting close to the boss. Alright. Regeneration. Oh, I should have taken that. I don't think I have any regeneration because of Sap. Absorption. Lots of defensive options. That could be trouble. Alright, boss time. Oh, I did a lot of focus damage. Okay, take that. Oh, good lord. Shield back. Woo! Almost immediately ended me when the boss ran me over that last fight. Sheesh. Alright. That power up rate of fire. Okay, wave 105. Alright, 110. Revelation. Next recursive wild mod you choose is gained an additional 2 times. Alright. Need to keep an eye out for either niche or double tap. Those things are annoying. They give shields to other enemies on the field. Nope. waves are definitely getting more intense. Rancor. Charging weapon, damage dealt to you, increases charge, minus 10%. Oh, I remember this one. That sounds pretty decent. You can go stabilization. Start going for some mobility upgrades. I don't know that we're going to get too much more offensive tools. Whoa. Ooh, might be looking at a new personal best. I jinxed myself. What wave am I on? Uh-oh. You again. This thing soaked a lot of damage. Alright, not bad. Ah. I want to eat it here. Ooh, that killed me one of the previous rounds. Whew. Alright, we got heavy caliber, plus 7% weapon damage, projectile size, minus velocity, minus rate of fire, weapon recoil. We'd get it 3 times for that. Rather wait for double tap. This one is not recursive. There it is. Alright. Yeah, we could take Deadly Wake. Haven't gotten that one in a while. Don't normally last this long. Wave 160. Ah, thought I could thread the needle there. Well, that's a new high score. 667 with an experimental flak build I've never tried before. And that beat out my railgun. Oh, this one must not have been on Metamorphosis mode with the rare wild mods. I could have made it further. All right. Well, I think that is a good note to end on for today. Got a new personal best score. That's good. I definitely want to experiment around more with Nova Drift. This game's a lot of fun. I will figure out when I want to do this one next. Like I mentioned before, I think it'd be good to go back to Vampire Survivors and check out new stuff there. I'm also considering starting up a new series. We'll see. Still have to finish Pokemon. I've been putting that one off for a bit. But we shall see. Before we sign off, let me see if anybody I know is live right now. Hey, Banani's on. Okay. Let us go to the outro, and we will go and raid Banani. But once again, thanks to all the folks who came by and hung out. It was fun experimenting around with builds and seeing how we can get further. Like I mentioned earlier, I'll be back tomorrow, most likely with a co-host. We shall see. That said, let us go to the outro and go raid Banani. I'll catch you folks in the next stream.